Yeah, I made this video to come on here to make a response to two certain individuals who seem to love to iterate this black men preference bullshit talking points that really don't add up when you look at the numbers. But since I'm here now to do this, I guess I might as well go into it. So, You're Triggered and Abby, which are two very, very, very toxic black men hating pages, have made videos simultaneously at different times within the last week about black men's preferences. And the problem that I have with the black men preference thing is that every time a single woman of another race goes through something with the type of black man that black women tend to want to be with, they push that shit out on every last one of us. And my problem with the argument is the fact that they're saying, oh, if you're with a black man, understand what you're going to get. And your trigger kind of kills me with this because your husband is African American. And unfortunately, I will say she kind of has some ground because I know, based off other content I've watched of hers, she had a pretty bad first marriage. And I don't wish that on anybody. I would never want to wish that on anybody. I think marriage is important and it can be beautiful. And it seems like her second marriage with the guy she's married to now is a great husband. And that's all that really matters to me is that when black women get married, that they have a great husband. But it doesn't take away from the fact of pushing a lot of this negativity on black men, knowing that a lot of these women are picking the same men that black women choose to pick. Now, my big thing about this is Bhad Bhabie, right? Because she seems to be the talk of the town right now, based off of that video of her hanging off the car, screaming as he's driving the car. Both Abby and Your Triggered used that video specifically against black men, saying this is what other races of women get. They get treated worse. They get this, that, and the third. These are the same niggas that these other that black women will date and have babies with, and then complain that these black men ain't shit. No, not even on the contrary. And the difference between this situation and other situations, Bad Baby was a pain in the ass from the rest. This white girl got famous off of disrespecting Dr. Phil and her mom on national television. Okay, and guess where? And guess who she was acting like? A ghetto ass black girl. And white America could not understand how a pretty little white girl could imitate a ghetto ass black girl perfectly. And they had to stop and say, oh my God, it's happening to our daughters too. So you already knew what type of dudes she would have been into given the circumstances. Even if she didn't find a black dude that acted like that, if she found a white boy that acted like that, which they do, a Hispanic boy who acted like that, which they do, y'all would have had jack shit to say. So I just find it way too funny how y'all will find one instance of how black men treat women and black women, and it's usually the worst type of black men who get all the bitches anyway. So that lines up when it comes to other communities as well. But the other thing is a lot of other black men who don't act like this can date in the other communities, and those women value those traits that y'all only want when y'all want a stepdad. That's right. I just said that. And the other thing that I never got was I remember Abby did a video about Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner saying when Brittany Renner feminist, she got more feminine, excuse my language, all feminism, and she covered up and became conservative. She still got did dirty. Look at the nigga she was with. If she would have got with like a Michael B. Jordan type dude or Damson Idris or a black man who actually carries themselves a certain way before they got to go through all the bullshit to get to where they are, I almost guarantee you she probably would have had a different outcome. Not 100%, but she probably would have had a better outcome. But no, she did all that conservative stuff and went right for her type again and ended up in the situation she's in. Thank God she didn't get pregnant again, though. Thank God she didn't get pregnant again. So that's a good thing. She still only has PJ Jr. and that she seems to be loving on her son. That's all that really matters. Now, with Believe You're Triggered, use Kim Kardashian as an example as well. I'm gonna be honest with you. Kanye, I believe, suffers from bipolar disorder. Now that doesn't excuse his shit at all. No, 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 not at all. That would never, I would never make that excuse. But he does suffer from bipolar disorder. And if it's one thing I've learned, is one thing for sure: black people, especially black men, do not get the mental health excuse everyone else gets. And that's just what it is. But what I'm saying is like, yes, he was with Kim Kardashian, but Kim Kardashian, in my opinion, knew at least some of this about him. And everyone's saying Kanye treated her like shit. Come on, man. I doubt. I mean, he probably did. I mean, I'm not going to doubt that he didn't. He's a rich dude with so much talent and power. He probably did beat or treat Kim Kardashian bad. But as far as I'm concerned, he's never abused her. I haven't. I still have heard yet to hear any stories about Kanye abusing her. I have heard stories about her not letting him see his children, but I've never heard any stories about him abusing her. I'm not saying he didn't. He probably did. And maybe she's too scared to say it, or maybe he never did it. Now, I do know apparently he cheated on her. I haven't found any proof on that yet. But if he did, then that's a grimy shit, bro. She had four of your babies. You tripping. She had four of your kids. And then some people are saying Kylie Jenner had to unblackify herself and got her a white man. And now she's in a better situation. I said, and look who Kylie Jenner was dealing with. Look at all the type of dudes Kylie Jenner was dealing with. She wasn't dealing. It's like y'all try to find the worst examples of black men who are out here doing all the damage and put it on all of us. There's a more than enough black men out here. And if you ask your trigger, the only good black men that we know of from her is her husband, who I hope is solid, and Russell Wilson. And ain't no other good black men out there. It's a lot of us out here. It's a lot of good brothers out here who do what they got to do every day. Black women don't want those type of men. So if you guys are going to go by saying Bad Baby and Kim Kardashian are the preference, I don't think those type of women of those other communities are the preference. If you really want to be honest, like y'all always say, who got the NFL on lock? Basic white girl. They got the NFL on lock. So you're saying that Bad Baby is the one who is married to Saquon Barkley or any other NFL pro athlete? No, you see Bad Baby running around with the type of men that black women find hyperly attractive. So at the end of the long day, at the end of the long day, it is bullshit to say, oh, the preferences suffer too. Because you have a lot of other races of women married to black men who are not going through this because they have a better radar and a better picker than black women do. Nobody's brainwashing y'all into thinking y'all like the future type. Nobody's forcing y'all to have these dudes' kids. But on the other hand, I just don't understand how Bad Baby's incident somehow reflects every single black man when you've got other races of women who said, I've dated black men and I've never had this problem. In fact, I've been treated better by black men than my own men. I've heard it from Becky. I've heard it from Maria. Never really quite heard it from Mei Ling, but I've heard it from the other two races indefinitely. Where it was like my white boyfriend tore me down. My Hispanic man, is them niggas, the machismo get in the damn way. I can't get over the damn machismo energy. And when I got with this black man, he was way more open minded, but he was also sweeter to me, talked sexy to me all the time. But he also, was there for me and he did what he had to do. That type of black man, more times than not, is not chosen by his own women. So y'all are saying preference, preference, preference. But let's be honest, Bad Baby is not most black men's preference. Now, I would say like a Hillary Duff or say what's that like Madison Brooks or something like that. You see a lot of black men married to something like that when they go outside their race with white women. And as far as Hispanic women go, I mean, you just kind of see them with the everyday Maria. I mean, that's the closest thing we can get to a black girl, attitude and all. But if you really want to break down the like logistics of it all, you don't really see black men saying our preference is other races of women. They say these type of, remember that Jubilee episode recently, the type of character that I do, the other races of women tend to appreciate that more than black women. Like he wasn't lying. The bull wasn't lying. And to sit here and go, oh well, the preferences of black men are light skinned women. It's like, or maybe the light skinned girl was just nice to him. Did you ever think about that? The light skinned girl was nice to him. The light skinned girl had a smile. Light skinned girl was cute to him. But that doesn't mean he liked her more than black women. And she is a light skinned woman, but she's still black. She's just not the complexion you want her to be. But she's still a sister. It's like, damn, it's like y'all suck all the oxygen out of the room. All the oxygen in the room gets sucked out, but y'all, how the fuck are we supposed to breathe? I'm dating this girl. She's a black girl. Oh, she's too light. I'm dating this girl. She goes to the gym. Why she go to the gym? It's like, dang, dog. Like, why is everything a problem with y'all? Going to the gym is white people culture. Carrying yourself with some decorum is white people culture. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, I want to act like I'm a goddamn respectable adult for 5 minutes. I don't want everything to be turn up and shake my ass. Not saying all of you do it, but that tends to be the goddamn problem. That's why you see footage of sisters getting kicked out of restaurants because they don't want you shaking your ass in their restaurants. And the brothers are like the brothers what they should together. They're not about to bring you home. They're not about to take you into those type of establishments because you don't know how to turn it off. And they want a woman who already understands that type of environment, or at least can see that kind of environment and goes, I know how to act here at this time. And when I get outside, I can maybe act a little ratchet. But as long as I'm not in front of my husband's executives and stuff like that, we're good. Keep telling me, it's like it's not even that black men's preferences is the other race of women. They just don't like the culture. They don't like the culture. They don't like what they got to deal with as far as being a black man in a goddamn black community. They don't enjoy it. It's not a good time. It is the most demanding, unappreciative situation being a black man with your shit together in the black community. You're not valued. You're not respected. You can't even make your own goddamn kids, but you got to take care of somebody else's kids. You got to accept that the men that damage the community are the men that are worshipped, but you're supposed to fix it up and clean it. But they're wrong for dating outside their race. God forbid they go outside their race. God forbid. And again, if you see black men with another race of women, 9 times out of 10, that woman matches his aesthetic. So let's say you see a white girl with some hood ass dude. 9 times out of 10, she probably grew up in that neighborhood. 9 times out of 10, she probably grew up around people like that. She probably liked the culture. She probably likes hood culture. Alabama Barker, Bhad Bhabie are two very positive examples of this. I don't think that girl Bhad Bhabie grew up in the hood, but the Alabama Barker for damn sure didn't. Her dad is Travis Barker. So we know for a fact she didn't grow up in the hood, but she still blackified herself and runs around with black dudes. I promise you, she's next after Bhad Bhabie. She will be. But those two type of white girls, you see the type of black man that you would expect to be with that white girl, he would be with that same black girl. That's not even cap. That's straight facts. You'll never You'll never catch the Donald Glover, Russell Wilson, Jordan Peele, Will Smith types walking around with no Bad Baby. You won't see it. You just don't see it. And if he is, that's clearly the zone he couldn't get in high school. But for the most part, you don't see it like that. You just don't. You see the white women these dudes are with, and y'all still got something to say. But if they're supposed to come to a community that they can't even get any love, what's the point of them being in the community? Oh, right, they're supposed to fix everything, but they don't want to. So now what are y'all going to do? If they don't want to fix everything, they don't want to be responsible for making everything better. Now what do y'all do? But this preference thing is starting to drive me the fuck crazy. It's like, oh, this one dude who we already knew for a fact was Dusty and a dickhead did Bad Baby dirty, but look at how black men are. It's just look at black men. Look at what black men do. Oprah's like, oh, black men are just terrible individuals, and y'all just lined up with her with that shit. It's like, damn, we can't catch a break. We can't win for losing. We can't win for losing. It's like, oh well, He gotta have the swag I want. He gotta have the characteristics. He gotta love kids that aren't his like they are his. He gotta accept me at a weight that I am. He gotta accept my bad attitude. He just is a black man. He should just give it to me because I asked for it. Y'all literally suck every ounce of oxygen out of the room. He's got a fucking bar left to breathe, and you would literally suck him till he was dry dead. It's like, why would I want to put myself in that predicament? I understand why a lot of these brothers did outside their race because I just understand the predicament that they go through. It's just an unfortunate situation. I would love to see black men, as young as they are, marrying black women young before they have kids and before they become single mothers and dads and baby daddies and baby mamas. But the culture isn't lined up for that. The culture isn't lined up for that. Black culture is stay as toxic as possible, get the dick in, get the coochie in, settle down when you're older, you done had kids, y'all make blended families. The multi-partner family formation is a fucked up concept. It's a fucked up concept. You can't expect people who aren't fully related to have a chemical balance. In some cases that works, in other cases it don't. And it's just coming down to the point of niggas getting shared and women complaining that the niggas are getting shared, but y'all aren't doing anything to stop sharing the dudes. Y'all want to keep doing it anyway. And then putting it on black men as if every black man is just out here doing this. I'm sorry. When you got a 54% childless rate and black men are more married than black women, yes, you're triggered. And Abby, that is an absolute fact. We are more married than y'all. It was 79% of African American men being married African American men being married to black women. You got a 21% rate of African American men married outside their race. So black men's marriage rate is it's at 36%, and that's up. Whereas black women at 29. So black men are more married, and it shows that black men would like to be married. And it shows that black men are a lot more responsible sexually and with the reproductive organs than the women are. And it sounds bad. I don't want to make it sound like the women are walking around here loose with the goose, but the fucking juice is loose. Y'all just out here. The ratio to kids from man to woman is way too high to ignore anymore. And we can't just keep ignoring it when the CDC drops it. The fucking blackdemographics.com dropped it. I think someone else dropped this shit. I typed it into ChatGPT. See what ChatGPT was saying. ChatGPT brought those statistics up too. So what can we do? The reality is there. The reality is there. The marriage rates are there. The children rates are there. Black men have a better podium to stand on than the black woman because we are the ones with less results. Are we out here having sex? Oh, absolutely. But are we making a bunch of kids? Absolutely not. I would say most of the black men in that conversation who have children, they probably have mostly one. Most of them have one kid, and a good amount of them have maybe two or three. But the niggas with four plus, it's a small number, and those are the dudes that the women are sharing. So y'all miss me with that bullshit. It just don't make no damn sense that y'all just out here just like trying to make it seem like these dudes are just walking around here with super soakers full of jizz and just domesticating it all over the neighborhood. And even then that's even worse because that's one dude, one gun. So that would still prove my point. One dude, one gun would still get multiple women pregnant instead of multiple dudes with multiple guns. So that's the problem. And again, that's a little side note, but the preference argument still doesn't add up. Black men are not just out here saying they prefer these races of women. Y'all just do that as a cop out for y'all bullshit, and then want some validation for that. But it's just not going the way y'all wanted to anymore. That whole thing of trying to shame black men into loving y'all and shaming black men into dating single mothers, like it's not working anymore. That era's gone. Y'all have too many kids. These men don't want to be stepfathers. Unfortunately, that time frame of most men willing to do it to be the better man in a situation, that time is gone. It's a gone time. These men are too aware. These men today are too aware of what women are attracted to and what women allow what men to do what and how they do it. So constantly playing the card of I didn't know he was like that, or oh my gosh, I can't believe this. They don't want to hear that no more. So I think Abby and you're triggered. I think y'all be on some bull with this preference thing. I think it's just a cop out to like not really want to focus on how black women be drawn out here. I mean, Abby did a video recently about the Cardi B situation, and I'm glad she put black women in that situation because they're the ones perpetuating Cardi B shit. So they're the ones who need to be talked to. But look, I let this go too long. It's just an unfortunate reality of that. Like, no matter what goes on, it's always Jermaine's fault. Somehow, black men just prefer other races of women, and we're destroying them. While black women go over the fence, and they're getting magical princess do re mi treatment. Like white women, even though we all know for a fact white women aren't just in the fucking house not doing shit. We already know this to be a fallacy, but they're gonna hold on to that fallacy as long as they can until they get into that marriage and find out, oh, this ain't what it is. But either way, I done talked enough. It's 20 minutes. Damn. The Black Intellectual, man. Let me know how y'all feel down below. Comment, like, subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all on the next one.